I've seen like a few little interview blog things popping up here and there, but you know, like it's just funny. Like as the scene pops off, people start to catch up. Like the last 6 months, I've seen so many Oz rap Instagram fan pages pop up at it, and surely the podcast will follow as soon as people have enough money to buy a mic and get a healthy internet connection and
That's
get that
it.
shit
I
pumping,
mean,
you know
look,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
jumping on that wave as well. Admittedly. I mean,
Yeah, but you guys, in the UK, you have like real internet. We don't have that shit here, bro. We have like fucking connect to your grandma's dial-up internet down here, bro. Like I swear, half the time Wi-Fi, like I'll just quit trying to use the Wi-Fi. I'll just use my data, bro, because that shit's like twice as fast.
We're running data right now.
Yeah, bro. I ride a kangaroo to school, bro. I don't give a fuck. That's what it's like down here, bro.
I mean, you get more and more people trying to hop onto it. And as you're saying about the Instagram accounts and things like that, I was talking to somebody else about it, and they were saying the same thing. Like people who are just literally reposting other people's shit and just trying. It don't even seem like they're trying to promote the scene or the artist. It's kind of more for their own benefit, getting likes and things like that.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But there's a couple cool ones out there. I mean, like UK Presents, obviously are trying to do their thing, trying to bridge the gap between.
Yeah, he's hustling it. He's hustling it hard. You can tell he's putting in, and he loves the shit. And bridging the gap's pretty good too. So it's really dope.
Well, he's definitely got connections. How did that the UK Presents cipher come about?
Let me think about that. He kind of just hit us all up, hey, like, yeah, he just hit us all up. I think he put us in a group chat and just was basically like, boom, this is what you need to do. This is when you need to do it by, bang. And that's what I work well with because I don't know, like, in this industry, you got to have like deadlines for people to get shit done. Unless, like, if you're working with a group, like, in saying that deadlines can kill creativity, but they're also good for getting shit done, which is what I like to.
I'll agree with you on that one. Definitely. I mean, I know it's frustrating having to have patience with other people, you know, people that really want to work with you, you really want to work with them, and just some people just seem so unorganized. And so I know what you're saying about deadlines can kill creativity, but I agree. Without it, sometimes people do not get anything done. Like, people don't seem to get anywhere. Like, I've hit plenty of people up collabing, whether it's music or podcasts or other things, and just there's so many people that you just don't hear back from them, or they take long, or they say they're busy. Or I mean, do you boys struggle with that as well in terms of collaborating with other people and artists in particular? Or
we pretty much try to fuck with people with a certain work ethic, so that I think that's why we've got a certain standard.
Yeah, that and also if I hit someone up or something comes about where we want to get it done and it doesn't just it's almost like I only really work with shit that kind of writes or finishes itself, you know, like if there's a certain vibe that it's going to get done, you're not going to have to wait because you're both going to be hype as fuck and you're going to want to get it done. And like, I'm not going to do anything that's not naturally just going to complete itself due to like the energy of the whole thing. Like I'm not going to do anything where I have to force myself to finish it because then it's probably not good.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah,
I hear that. I mean, do you know who you can hit up in terms of if you need shit done? Do you know, are there certain go-to people that you'd be like, right, if I give them a date or if I give them a certain timeline, they're going to be able to finish it? He's the man.
Pretty much.
You can tell who's got a good work ethic there.
Yeah,
and that's why we're doing an interview with you, man, because we can tell you work hard, bro. You grind. Like, we haven't spoken much at all, but we watch and we see your grind and what you do, man. And big ups for all that, eh?
I don't know. Like, I don't really. I guess that's why. Like, one of the main reasons I learned how to do audio shit by myself because I don't like waiting on people. So that's why I do that. Plus, I'm probably on some level a control freak. I probably don't like to admit that, but I definitely must be if that's why I've done all this shit. But it kind of just happened naturally as well. Like, I find the whole audio engineering thing pretty fascinating, so I just got into it, and now it's good because me and Golly can, you know, make an album and shoot music videos, just the two of us sort of thing. So we don't really have to worry too much about deadlines or collaborating. And
Yeah, we got a good little team coming together.
Yeah, and I when we started, it was a lot more just off the cuff, doing random videos here and there. But we've met people over the last couple of years that there's some people we work with and it goes okay, and we do one thing and then it kind of doesn't happen again. And then there's other people that we've worked with that are organized, because you're working with creatives, and creatives are often not the same mind as a business or like an organized person is. So you just got to take it how it is. Some people are both, some people are one or the other, yeah.
And learning together as well. Like we didn't have $500 to do a video, so Toby found a mate who he could convince to learn how to do videos, and we needed fucking logos done, so we hit up our mates who draw and do painting and shit, and like they figure out how to vector and make album art or.
Yeah, I guess we never hit up any we've never worked with a professional, like from the start. We just kind of learn how to do shit.
Well, that's the
ourselves.
saying, isn't it? If you want shit done, do it yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So
and invest in yourself,
Yeah, yes, invest in yourself. That's what my mum tells me, man. You gotta build value in yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's some real mum shit.
For shout out to Mumsy.
Always to your mum. Shout out to everyone's mum. Listen to your mum.
Well, yeah, I mean, you said about doing audio production and things yourself. I mean, I've said this plenty of times. I've said this openly on many occasions. Nerve is the definition of an artist.
Shout out the boys.
And I say that I don't throw the word artist around lightly. I think there's plenty of MCs, but there's only a handful of artists. The reason I wouldn't define myself as an artist is I can write, I can deliver, but I can't produce myself. I can't mix and master to a high level myself. There's plenty of holes in my game, which for me makes me feel like I'm not a complete as a creative. Whereas for you, it seems like you either have a hand in everything you do, if not do it yourself. And obviously, I remember saying something like that before, and you said that, but you've got your team around you and whatnot. But even as you said, on a control freak kind of level, at least you have some say or input to everything that's happening.
Yeah, I just like it that way, I guess. I don't know. And also, I mean, like, sound engineering just came pretty naturally because I've done a lot of harmonics and electrical physics, so all that sort of stuff just kind of went hand in hand with a lot of other stuff that I've learnt in uni and school and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I just ended up doing it. Shit was pretty cool. And then I mean, like, actually I kind of just had no choice, because I was recording I was recording on a shitty mic in my closet with egg cartons for soundproof, and then I just had to make it good. And then I met Brainstorm from No One, who runs the studio we use for pretty much everything we've done up to this point. And I just asked him, and he just taught me. And yeah, here we are. Big raps. Big old raps.
And so how much work did you have? Obviously, you had to put in a lot, but what was you really doing on like a day-to-day basis to really work on that shit? Like, did you learn completely off of somebody else, or was most of it self-taught?
I think it's just a process of like trial and error, like listening to music, reverse engineering how people have made certain effects, learning stuff off certain people, YouTube, fucking up heaps and then making it better. Like, more just like acquiring a taste and then looking back on your old shit and being like, wow, that was trash. But, constantly do that. So yeah, I don't know. It's just constantly evolving. Like, I don't think it's ever gonna stop. Like, it's a taste thing, it's a knowledge thing, it's all that stuff put together. Like, I don't like the stuff I was making a year ago as much as the stuff I make now, but there's probably people out there that like the stuff I made a year ago better than the shit I make now. It's like,
yeah, of course,
it is what it.
And that's something I think every artist needs, to constantly be looking to improve. There's plenty of people that say, like, I've been doing this shit for years, which is fair enough. You've been putting in the work for years, but unless you consistently look to improve, I feel like the day you stop improving on yourself, or the day you stop looking at new ideas, feels the day where you kind of start going backwards. And I feel like some artists are too stuck in the rhythm or pattern that they've got, or kind of, you know, they've been doing it for however many years, but when you look at it now for the past however long, they've not done anything new. And I feel like that's where fans start to get bored, or fans start to, you know, question how much longevity they have in them to really be pumping new shit out. I mean, you have the flip side of that as well, where you have artists that try new things and fans are like, what's that? I didn't want that, you know? Like someone like Eminem, for example. If Eminem does something new, everyone just seems to hate it. They just want the 98 Slim Shady Eminem, you know?
Yeah, Eminem's selling out world tours, you know what I'm saying? Like, people hate, but, you know, all the artists that they drop some new shit, and then everyone's like, what the fuck is that? And then a week later, they're like, oh, this is actually kind of dope. And then, you know, like, that's how it goes. All the artists that stay relevant for more than 10 years, Kendrick, Eminem, Michael Jackson, all them dudes. Maybe not Michael Jackson right now because of that docker.
Yeah, no, good example.
Musician. You can cut that out, bro. I didn't say anything about Michael Jackson. Anyway, good musicians that stay relevant for more than like 10 years, they're constantly making the fans go, what the fuck is going on here? And that's because they're doing new shit. Like,
that's where the art is.
Yeah.
Just something new, something different.
Yeah. Like, you know, make people say, oh, the old you would have done this because the new you's doing something different. And that's a good
I think it's a good thing when people change. I think people look down upon it as in not being the same person. I think it's good to keep the same values or morals you have as a person from however many years back. But in terms of changing as a person, of course people are going to change as people. Of course everyone's going to change. Obviously, it's just whether you change for better or whether you change for worse.